All right, guys, we have a really quick notes for today, really quick notes. So I'm only going to go over one example, and then your assignment is actually only 2 problems. You're welcome. And they look very similar to this. All right. So today we're going to be taking a look at these absolute value functions, but you're going to be looking at what is going to seem like story problems. Don't freak out. I know everyone hates story problems, but I'm hoping to make these as painless as possible. So we have Jay, and he's riding in a boat from his home to his friend's home in a neighboring state. I know that sounds kind of funny. The graph of the function shows the distance of the boat in miles from the state line at t hours. Assume the graph shows Jay's entire trip. So this is what's going on here. We have the distance, and then this is distance traveled. This is the amount of time. So this is when the distance is, if you look here, distance is going down, distance to the neighboring state or to his friend's home. And then this is when the distance is increasing, or his distance traveled is increasing again. So if we take a look at what we're going to be working with here, it says, during what time interval is the distance to the state line decreasing? So it's decreasing from here to here. So what time interval? So if it's decreasing here, you're going to look at the time from 0 to 1.5. From 0 to 1.5 hours, it's going down. Then it says, during what time interval is the distance to the state line increasing? So it's increasing from here. It's like increasing right here, going up. So from here to here. So from 1.5 to, let's see, that's 2.5 to 2.5. This would be 3. So 1.5 to 3. That's really all you're doing today, guys. Then it says, what is the vertex of the graph? So the vertex is going to be right here. And this vertex is 1.50. So 1.5 stands for hours. And it says, explain what it means in relation to the context of this problem. That means that it took, let's see, this guy's name is Jay. It took Jay 1.5 hours to reach the state line, because that's what the distance is. The distance is to the state line. So it took 1.5 hours to get to the state line. I'm gonna have to be careful with that on your Go formative today. I'm not sure how I'm gonna have you guys interpret that. Then it asks here for D, how far does Jay travel to visit his friend? So he travels from here. So this is his entire trip here, from here to here. So he travels, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40. This would be 45. So from here to here is 45 miles. And from here to here is 45 miles. So he travels 45 to get to the state line, 45 to get back. 45 plus 45 is 90 miles. So he travels a total of 90. Don't get caught up here that this is 45 and 45. If I drive from school to home and then back, I don't like take negative, distance off. So this is 45 miles. This is 45 miles. 45 plus 45 is 90. Then it asks for the domain and the range. So the domain is going to be a little different for this because we are talking about a real life situation. Yesterday, the domain would have been negative infinity to positive infinity whenever you're just looking at it. But as you can see in our graph, we have dots. It ends. So domain is always how far to the left, how far to the right. So how far to the left is 0. And that's a real number, so we're going to put the bracket around it. How far to the right is going to be 3. So it goes from 0 to 3. And that's a real number as well, so we put that there. The range is how far down does it go. So the lowest it goes is 0. And how high does it go? It goes up to 45. So, and we're not going to do this one. So for today, you're going to be taking a look at story problems and interpreting the graphs you've got a couple of them to do. Let's look here. So you're going to be taking a look at this graph. We have a cyclist in a race and they're going past a water station. And then we also have a moving walkway in an airport. So you're going to be doing the same idea though as we did for this one. So look at the time intervals, look at the vertex and how far two people travel, and then the domain and the range. So any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck.